right, welcome back. It's time now to take a look at our trending topics.
And let's quickly just tell you what just happened as well. Stage 2 load shedding, everyone, coming at 9 o'clock. So, yeah, just alert coming out from Eskom.
It's raining. You know,
but everywhere.
Eskom, the traffic lights,
rain,
cars that just do weird and wonderful things. It's raining.
We expected it, but yeah. Anyway, just so you know, 9 o'clock, stage 2 load shedding will be implemented. All right, let's get into them. Oh, where do we begin?
Sure.
Yeah,
today is a proper session here on Trends. Let's start. So first up, hashtag Sonia Booth. And this is, of course, model Sonia Booth, the wife of Matthew Booth, a former footballing legend. Boy, did she put it all out there on the Twitter social media streets yesterday.
So she actually took to Instagram. So she went to Instagram. She threw everything she had at what she knew about the alleged affair of Matthew Booth and a lady named Bongani. I'm not sure, but the name is there. Bongani is there. Yes, Bongani Mola. And she went out with picture evidence, with Uber evidence, with cheesecake evidence, with
it was the cheesecake and the Tupperware that got Twitter very upset.
I know.
Because apparently, you know, so she details all the cheating, you know, and where and when they met and where they would get together. They went to Tlale, they went to somewhere in Limpopo, they went to all these places together. But it is the cheesecake. She says so the one day she sees the ingredients for cheesecake in the fridge, and it was the son's birthday the following day. So Mr. Booth apparently goes out in the middle of the night, bakes this cheesecake, and they wake up salivating, thinking they're having cheesecake on the son's birthday, only to find no trace of the cheesecake because Mr. Booth had taken the entire cheesecake. For Miss Bongani.
Yeah, and not 3 slices were left.
Not even 3 slices for her and the 2 boys.
But the kicker for me was how she then, of course, met because she was in contact. Sonia was in contact with.
But hold on, the picture.
No, wait, I'm giving you the story. She was in contact with the husband, with the husband of Bongani. They met, they spoke about it. She then spoke about the story of the cheesecake, and he said, oh my goodness, I had a piece of that cheesecake. It was so lovely on top of it all. And she said, great, can I please come and get my Tupperware? So she went to his house and picked up the Tupperware. The lady that works for them cleaned it, and she took her Tupperware home and left it in Matthew's parking space in the garage.
That is the Tupperware.
And I mean, you know, this is a very serious story, and we are, you know, sort of taking the little bit of the light side of it in terms of the cheesecake and the Tupperware. But it is devastating for a family or anybody that is going through this right now. But unfortunately, social media have really latched on to the cheesecake and the Tupperware. So, and how you do not mess with a woman's Tupperware. And you know what I'm saying. I mean, don't mess with a lot, but the Tupperware is something that is sacred.
Yeah, while we're at it, everyone who knows me who has my Tupperware, please return.
Please bring them back. You don't put nail polish on, do you, anymore? The red nail polish at the bottom. My family used to. Oh no, my family did. Red.
No, I never did.
My grandma put red nail polish, so everyone knew it was hers. Okay. Zweli Mkhize. So Zweli is trending, and so in fact is Ramaphosa trending as well. And this has got to do with nominations and what's expected to be one very, very interesting election coming up shortly when it comes to the ANC National Conference. Well, so they're basically saying that this is a massive thing for Zweli Mkhize, where we know in KZN he has got the backing of KZN. So that's again a reaffirmation of that, and that's something that of course is going to be taking place. That's Zweli Mkhize.
The close of nominations yesterday.
Exactly, and so the veterans also backing President Ramaphosa for a second term. So those are the 2 stories that came through. That's a story I'm reading as well.
Hashtag David Tlale and the famous designer here in South Africa. Now, David Tlale has been accused of rape by a guy named Zach. And Zach basically posted on Instagram that, you know, he met David Tlale at some industry event or
Africa Fashion Week. Yeah.
And then basically befriended him. They got close. David drugged him, sexually assaulted him, and he's been struggling with depression. Eventually went on to work for David, but it didn't turn out well. But essentially him coming out and saying it's 3 years later, doesn't want anyone to play a violin for him, but he was raped.
Indeed, and he felt that he needed to speak about this because it's really it was the first time as well that he told his family about it. Anyway, this happened on the weekend, but yesterday David Tlale put out a very short statement, of course denying all of this and then saying he would respond, once he'd spoken to his legal team or his team or whatever the case may be. I can't actually find that response anymore. I
looked for it, I also couldn't
it
find
looks like it's been taken down. I'm not sure what that was all about, but that was actually the first time I became aware of the story, but then I don't see that anymore. So that's the David Tlale trend. Then of course Terry Pheto, I mean, we spoke about this. This is a very big story in terms of what's going on with all of the funds from the National Lottery. But I think the big part of this, and this we were hearing yesterday during interviews, is that she admitted and said that she only found out about this now after it was basically in the media and spoken about it, and this is the first she was hearing about it. But it comes about that this is not the first time. In fact, she was alerted, how long ago was it that they say?
The SIU saying that they alerted her 2 months ago about this investigation. So her statement saying that she wasn't aware of this investigation is therefore untrue, that she was approached and she was aware of the investigation.
Sure.
So that's Terry Pheto, the latest in that saga.
So yeah, when we said there's a lot on social media, we weren't joking, but that is it in a nutshell. Let's have a look at the question of the day now, because this is an interesting one and we need to tell you more about this, but let's put it out there and then we'll talk to the story, because I know we've got a guest waiting for us. So the Department of Community Safety and Transport Management says the distribution of animal-drawn carts in the Northwest is in line with the National Rural Transport Strategy. What do you make of this, and do you think the initiative is sustainable?
Okay, just to give you some context and background to this story. So the Northwest Department of Community Safety and Transport, they went out and bought 20 donkey carts worth 780,000 Rand. And the kicker here is that they even come with a 3-year maintenance plan. I don't know if the donkeys are included in the price.
No, I can promise you they're not.
Those are the carts. So you can get a 2-seater and you can get a 4-seater. And these are the carts. And the department, that's the MEC Silo Lehare, by the way, showcasing the state-of-the-art donkey carts. And these are meant to transport people who are sick, children, people
those
who
are going to get their
are infirm,
or anything like that.
So this is the mode of transport that the department has come up with for people in the village. And so they are basically defending this because there has been somewhat of an outcry. So the department coming out saying, but this is part of the bigger strategy in the department to assist with rural transportation. So that is what this is about.
So by assisting, we're going back to donkey carts. In a nutshell, is that the strategy? Is to go back sort of?
I'm not sure about going back.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, I would imagine a strategy of going forward would be like at least an engine or something in there.
Listen, all I want to know is what does the 3-year maintenance plan entail?
And does it come with a donkey?
That's what I want to know.
Does it come with a donkey for that price?
Is the donkey included in the price?
Okay. Let us take a break, and when we return, Sonia Booth, the SACP General Secretary, is with Sakina evaluating the state of the tripartite line. Soli's laughing at the donkey.
Maybe I'll ask him about the donkey strategy.
Soli is laughing about the donkey.
Animal-drawn carts and part of the strategy, and what he thinks of that. Because I'm just thinking, if that's an old person who has to get onto there, firstly, getting onto that cart. Secondly, if it's raining, if the wind is blowing, how does this work if you're sick and you're old and all of those things? But anyway, Sonia Booth coming up next. I'm sure he didn't come to speak about donkey carts, but hey.
Strategy S. See you after the break.